Genesis 19 is a chapter of warning, judgment, and mercy. The two angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting at the gate of the city. When he saw them, he rose to meet them, bowed with his face to the ground, and urged them, "Please, my lords, come into your servant's house. Spend the night, wash your feet, and rise early to go on your way." At first they said, "No, we will spend the night in the square." But Lot insisted strongly, so they entered his house. He prepared a meal and they ate. Before they had gone to bed, the men of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. They called out, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we may know them." Lot went out to meet them and shut the door behind him. He pleaded, "Do not act so wickedly. Look, I have 2 daughters who have not known a man. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do to them as you please. But do nothing to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof." But they shouted, "Stand back. This fellow came to sojourn, and now he dares to judge us. We will deal worse with you than with them." They pressed hard against Lot and came near to break the door. But the angels reached out, pulled Lot back inside, and shut the door. They struck the men outside with blindness, so they wore themselves out trying to find the door. The angel said to Lot, "Do you have anyone else here, sons-in-law, sons or daughters? Anyone in the city who belongs to you? Get them out of here, for we are about to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against its people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it." Lot went to his sons-in-law and said, "Up! Get out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city." But his sons-in-law thought he was joking. At dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, "Hurry! Take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished." Still he lingered. So the men seized his hand, the hand of his wife, and the hands of his 2 daughters, and the Lord being merciful to them. And they brought them out and set them outside the city. As they fled, one of the angels said, "Escape for your life. Do not look back or stop anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be swept away." Lot pleaded, "I cannot flee to the mountains. Disaster will overtake me. Here is a small town nearby. Let me escape there. Is it not a little one? Then my life will be spared." The angel said, "Very well, I grant this request also. I will not overthrow the town you speak of. But hurry, escape there, for I can do nothing until you arrive." That town was called Zoar. By the time Lot reached Zoar, the sun had risen. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, fire from the Lord out of the heavens. He overthrew those cities, the entire plain, all the inhabitants, and everything that grew on the ground. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham went to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain, and saw dense smoke rising from the land like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham, and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot had lived. Lot and his 2 daughters left Zoar and lived in a cave in the hills. One night the older daughter said to the younger, "Our father is old, and there is no man around here to give us children. Let's get our father to drink wine and lie with him, that we may preserve our family line." That night they gave their father wine, and the older daughter lay with him, and he was not aware of it. The next day the younger daughter did the same. Both became pregnant by their father. The older daughter bore a son and named him Moab, ancestor of the Moabites. The younger bore a son and named him Ben-Ami, ancestor of the Ammonites. Genesis 19 is one of the darkest chapters of Scripture. It shows the corruption of sin, the certainty of judgment, and yet the mercy of God who remembered Abraham and delivered Lot. It warns us, do not linger in sin, do not look back, and do not build where God has decreed judgment. The smoke of Sodom rises as a warning. The mercy that reached Lot shines as a hope. Next comes Genesis 20, Abraham and Abimelech, another test of faith and truth.